Hey, everybody, it's John, your Indian Cinemaniac, back with another 10ish minute review on John Talks Indian Cinema. Okay, so on this latest review, so this is what happened. So a while back, I'm a big Ajay Devgn fan. Okay, you guys know that. I've seen him in so much stuff. The Singham movies are ones that I really like, and the Drishyam films, my favorites. But a film I really wanted to see was Raid from 2018, but it was only available with Hindi subtitles. So I never watched it. I looked at the trailer and I go, this is kind of interesting. I really didn't know what the story was about. Well, I just as I'm looking through all the movies you guys have recommended, that film popped up. And I said, gee, I wonder if they put subtitles on it yet. Sure enough, I checked it and it did. So that's the movie I am reviewing, 2018's Raid. So it's directed by Raj Kumar Gupta. It stars Ajay Devgn, RRR, Singham, Golmaal, Fun Unlimited, which I did not like. Um, Saurabh Shukla, who I just saw in Jolly LLB, and he was also in PK. Ileana D'Cruz, who was in Barfi, and Amit Sile. Now, I knew nothing about this movie. There's a film. It was a Korean film and an American remake called Raid, which was about these guys go into a building and try to kill everybody, basically. So I thought maybe it was something like that. Well, to my surprise, this film is about tax collectors, which I had no idea. So as the movie starts, it's kind of sets that up, and I'm going, oh my God, I'm going to sit here and watch a movie about collecting taxes. Wow, that's going to be thrilling. So I did a little research on this event, and it's actually inspired by a real life event which occurred in Kapoor in the 1980s. Ajay's character, who is the lead tax collector, tax commissioner, I think he was, is based on the tax commissioner of Lucknow, Sharda Prasad Pandey. And the bad guy's house, who he raids, was Sardar Inder Singh's house. He's a businessman and a Congress MLA. So these are real people. Now, I don't know. Obviously, there's creative license whenever you do movies like this, but as I was reading it, it sounds like a lot of it actually happened. The other thing I didn't know. So the film's called Raid, so you think it's going to be a bunch of raids on a bunch of different houses because that's kind of what they set up at the beginning. But it's not. It's one house, one mansion, and the film is the raid, basically. Now, so that's kind of interesting because again, I had no idea. So the story is simple. He plays this character who they establish right away is honest, won't take bribes. In fact, some guy he goes to a party, some guy offers him sandals, and Ajay goes to pay, and the guy says, "No, no, you don't have to pay." He goes, "No, no, I have to pay," and he literally pays him the money, right? So they establish right away he's honest. And by the way, it starts off the morning of the raid. And his entrance, as always, with Ajay Devgn especially, they do this great entrance where you never see his face. You see his watch, you see him in the shower only from the back. And then they show the raid. So you see all the cars driving down the road. Now it flashes back a month and it sets up what they're about to do. Okay. So the story is his and his team are going to go to this mansion and of a businessman who they also know or they suspect is corrupt. Okay. And they're looking for black money. And black money, okay, so this term comes up a lot, and I didn't know the term. I kind of knew what it meant, but I want to look it up. So it says black money. Black money includes all funds earned through illegal activity and otherwise legal income that is not recorded for tax purposes. That's black money. So they're looking for black money because that's the people's money. and he's going to find it in this mansion. Now, this guy who he's going to see, what's his name? Rameshwar, is a very powerful businessman with a lot of connections. Okay. So the story is the search for the ill-gotten gains or the black money. In fact, black money even has its own music theme in this film. Every time they look for the black money, you hear black, black, black. And I'm going, oh my God, it's got its own theme. Um, so now it's now it becomes, and this is what I found intriguing about this film. Even in describing it, you're like, well, how exciting can that be? Is it like an IRS audit in the US? So I'm like, what are they? Because first of all, I didn't know it was only going to be one house that was going to be raided. I thought it was going to be a bunch of raids. No, one house. I go, well, how can they make this exciting? But they do, because it's a cat and mouse game between the honest cop and the businessman who has all these contacts, who is threatening to crush this honest civil servant. So now it becomes a cat and mouse game between each other. Now, the other thing they did that I found really interesting was the bad guy's bad. Okay. He is bad. However, when they do eventually find all this hidden black money, he didn't know it was there. It was his family who lives in this mansion that hid all of this stuff. So he didn't even know it was there. So he's taken the rap for what they did, and he's not too happy about that either. So they kind of, I don't want to say they gave him, he's still a bad guy, but they gave him a little nuance. Okay. So it wasn't quite, twirl your mustache bad, but he was bad. And, when he first goes in there, and this was the predictable part of the story, when he goes in there, they can't find anything, right? And also, I got to mention this. He's getting phone calls and notes from somebody about this house in the black money. And you never know who this is till the very end of the film. So that's a thread throughout the movie. He's getting notes. He's getting maps of the house. So when they first go in there and tear everything apart, they can't find anything, right? Well, then someone leaves him a map to show him the layout of the house with rooms that he didn't even know existed. That opens the door for this thing. The other thing that happens is this bad guy is getting so upset with what they're doing, he grabs a shotgun. Now he's going to shoot somebody, right? Well, somebody grabs him. The gun goes in the air. He shoots the ceiling. Money starts falling out of the ceiling, bills and coins. And he's as shocked as everybody, right? So now the thing is, in fact, the way this raid works, the team of the tax collectors and the family who lives in the house can't leave while this raid is going on. They have to inventory everything. They have to seal it up, and they got to sign off on it. Once that's done, then they can leave. Now, this could take a couple of days. In this film, it does take more than one day. But he allows the bad guy to leave, because the bad guy thinks once he leaves, he's going to be able to get help from all his high up buddies, right? That's another thing that happens where they go back and forth. Ram is in the building. Excuse me. Ajay's character is in the mansion while the other guy's running on, and at one point gets to the PM, Indira Gandhi. Now you never see her face. Now that's what they do, like in a lot of old American movies. They never show the president's face. It's always from the back because of the reverence for the office. They did that with Indira Gandhi. You never see her face. You only see her from the side or from the back. Okay. Which again is respect for that. But he even goes to her, and that's a great scene too. The way Ajay plays that one, because she says, can you speed this thing up? Can we get this thing moving? And can you just get over it? He goes, absolutely, we can do that. I have one request though. Could you put that in writing and send me the order? And she's like, well, why do you want that? Well, that way there'll be no legal issues. Well, now she doesn't want any record that she told him to do that. So she ends up telling the bad guy, get the hell out of here. We're not going to do anything for you. I thought that was pretty funny. So then, and this is the scene for me that I mean, if you haven't seen this movie, you're not going to believe how they keep the suspense up for this 2 hour movie or whatever it was. I think it was a little over 2 hours of this tax collection. But in the end, the bad guy comes back and he realizes he's defeated. And he's more mad at his family because someone betrayed him in the family. Because there was stuff there he didn't know anything about. Somebody's given this cop information or the tax collector information. Now he's getting drunk. But as he's getting drunk, the next scene is um, he says, "You're not going to." He says to the Ajay Devgin's character, "You're not getting out of here." Now they go outside, and you see these swarms of people, and it reminded me of The Walking Dead. It reminded me of a zombie film. How many people were surrounding this mansion, and they realize they're not going to get out alive. So his character, Ajay Devgin's character, gets everyone out of the house, but if everybody leaves, then the raid is over and they didn't get the sign off on it. It's no good. So he ends up getting everyone out, but stays. And the last scene is he barricades himself in this room with a shotgun with two shots and oh no, it was a rifle. It was a bolt action rifle. While they're surrounding the room, banging on windows, banging on the door. Um, And then, he's thinking about his wife and he realizes he's going to die here, right? But he died knowing he did the right thing. Well, then the cops show up and save the day and he becomes the big hero. It was just I thought the story, because it was real, because I'd never seen anything quite like this. I give the story a 4. The performances, look, the the performances were Ajay Devgn and Saurabh Shukla, and I thought they were great. I thought both of them. I mean, for Shukla, this was so different from the judge in Jolly LLB, but Devgun's just got this presence, and in the Indian films where the cops are so corrupt, in most of them, he seems to, for the most part, play the stand-up guy, and he's got a very commanding presence, and he's got that amazing voice, and he looks fantastic in sunglasses. But I'm going to give the performances a 4, a solid 4. Um, I thought they were really, really good, and there were like the guy who plays Lal, who was he's the guy that he was the tax collector that was working both sides. He was actually working he warned the bad guys about it. Well, he ends up on board because Devgun knows he's doing it, right? Or and he does the right thing in the end. And as far as the Ileana D'Cruz, she was good. I mean, there was one scene. I mean, I hate to say this, but she was like a hood ornament, you know. She was there, and they played up the love story, right? Because they got to have that. That's the anchor that keeps them going. But there was a scene where the bad guy arranges to have her threatened on a highway, and it's a pretty harrowing scene where she's driving down the road with a driver, and they start smashing her windshield, where she gets kind of bruised up, and that's a message to Devgun's character. I thought that was good, but she wasn't in it that much, and she really didn't have a lot to do. I mean, it's his picture and the bad guy's picture. So yeah, performances for the music. The music was okay. There was a lot of love songs, and I don't know. Like when he's sitting there in that room by himself and he's about to die, and they start playing the love song, and he's flashing back to her. I don't know. It was almost like in this film, it was just unnecessary. The numbers were unnecessary. I mean, they were there to show their love, and then there was the contrast between the bad guy trying to get someone to help him while Devgun is going finding all this black money. That was an interesting little thing they did with the song, but the music was okay. It was a 3. But overall, I really liked this film, and I got to tell you something. I am shocked how much I liked it, because when you think of the premise of the story, like how the hell is this even going to be an entertaining film? But it was, and I give the movie a 4. I really liked it. It was tense. At the beginning, you're like, is he going to be able to find it? And then once they find it, now you're against a ticking clock. Are they going to be able to stop him from doing the raid as the threat level goes up? And what's the bad guy going to be willing to do? And also, who's the mole? Who's the one giving him this information? Which, by the way, you find out in the end. It ends up, spoiler, 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 but it's 2018, so I don't care. One of the brothers married a girl, and the girl was forced to marry him, but she was engaged or in love with somebody else. They're the ones that concocted the plan to get the information to the tax collector. And now they show it in flashbacks. They show the guy at some of the earlier scenes where you didn't notice him, and they show the girl putting notes in. And he said to the guy, "I will never reveal who this person was until she's dead." And in my research, he kept that promise. The actual guy in the real story never revealed who helped him till after she died. So he kept his word. So yeah, another good performance for me from Ajay. Is there anything else in there that I want to bring up? There was one. Yeah, when they first go to the mansion, Ajay Devgn goes to the front door, and it's got this big, it's not a peephole, but you open up the door to look through it, and there's Ajay, right? And the guy's like, "What can I do for you?" And he pulls aside. Now the camera zooms in through the square, and you see all his team. And I don't know how many, there's like 20. It's a pretty cool scene the way they shot it, but I really like that. And again, it's a one location, for the most part, one location movie. That I thought really, the way they hid the money was interesting. The family, there was a mother in this old woman, and I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's ever acted before. She was hilarious because she was ticked off because now she realizes how much money was there, and they're treating her like, she needs health stuff. They just drink a lot of water, and she's the one that kind of led him to know that the house was a lot different than when she originally built it, which again refers to the map. So she was great, very funny. So yeah, I like this film. So no one recommended it, but I'm glad I watched it, and I can't wait till I make a really cool movie about an IRS agent. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have seen it, if you haven't, check it out. Then let me know what you think, okay? And again, we're trying to build the channel, and it helps the algorithm. Subscribe, hit the notification button, hit that like button, and please share it with anybody you think might enjoy this, okay? That's all I have for you now. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon with another 10ish minute review on John Talks.
Zooby dooby nache ke pagal stupid man.
Zooby dooby pampara, zooby dooby